Hardwick, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, everybody.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there.
Fantastic.
Hanging in there. Thanks for keeping the ship afloat.
I appreciate it. Don't
sir.
breathe in my eyes. All right, listen. The Apple's new iPod was designed to be carried in any orifice.
Oh, that thing I was licking all day today? Awesome.
Me too.
Hey, most music's crap anyways. Carry it where you need to.
The world's smallest music player is officially here, and it's none other than Apple's iPod Shuffle. Since the controls are mounted on the earbud cord, it's only 0.3 inches thin, but it still holds up to 1,000 songs. Plus, with the voiceover feature, the Shuffle tells you what song, artist, or playlist you're listening to. Get 4 gigs for $79.
Okay, obviously the biggest selling point.
That was awesome.
What was it? Oh, you weren't prepared for that?
No.
You gotta dodge those transitions, man. Neo style.
If I were a viewer, I would never miss another episode of the show because of that.
Well, if you're a viewer right now, you are at the edge of your seat anyways because you cannot believe the size of this thumb drive that happens to play
I lost
music.
it right here on this desk.
What is the that's the main selling point, right? Is the size?
Yeah, 1.8 inches tall, 0.3 inches thin, really light, and it's really amazing how small this thing is. But is it too small? You're going to lose it easy. And like you were saying, it's just basically a thumb drive.
It's a thumb drive that plays music. But, it does have, in order to make this possible, of course, they move the controls to the earbuds. So, thumb drive that plays music that has no buttons on it other than power, so you're controlling it all from the cord. And the look on your face tells me you're not sold on this feature.
Well, I'm not sold. Well, first of all, let's just proprietary headphones right here, okay?
Right.
So if you lose these $29 headphones, that's it. You're going to have to buy these again. Any other headphones you use you'll actually be able to listen to the iPod. You will not be able to control the tracks of the volume, though. That's all right here on the end. And as you can see here, this is too close to your ear, I feel like. It's just out of your field of vision. So if you're running, you're going to have to, like, snap for it and then end up yanking your ear out. Because the way that it works is you hit it once to play and pause, you hit it twice to advance to the next track, 3 times to go back. I feel like Apple is waging some kind of weird war on buttons, but I think, they just didn't take this in the right direction. They did the same thing with the Nano, where perfect, useful square shape, and then that long rectangle. Why?
Well, okay, but of course, if you hold down the middle button, because people are like, well, how do you know what song you're on or playlist you're on? Obviously, you can hear the song, but what if you want to know the artist you forgot, or if you press and hold it, it kind of does the text-to-speech thing, right? And,
it does text-to-speech. And by the way, I just want to clarify, some people were saying to me on Twitter, like, oh, how's voice activation? It's not voice activated.
Right.
It just tells you what.
You don't press it and say, play me some slow jams. Yeah. Give me some Kanye.
And let's make sure it's on, because basically it just sounds like those old Microsoft text-to-speech. Can you hear it?
Try it again.
Can you hear it?
Oh, there's the song.
Wait.
Okay, press and hold.
Extended warranty.
Did you hear that?
Extended warranty.
Yeah, really light in the background. But it just sounds really computery, and it's not the kind of warm sort of a tone that you would expect from Apple to make it sound really cool and intuitive.
All right, so $79 for 4 gigs. Not all that bad, right? I mean, what about you at least got to give it the size, right?
The size is great, but again, like it kind of looks like a weird little, hair clip. Like Veronica Belmont and Ryan Block did a joke where she was like, "Oh, I can use it as a hair clip."
Right.
What else can you do with it? I mean, I just wasn't. I think they went from minimalist to like suprematism, which is just really simple geometry. It's just too. I think it maybe is just too much of a reduction.
Okay, so now this is your Shuffle, right?
This is my Shuffle.
You made
it is impossible. And by the way, I want to say to Apple, I'm a total Apple-phile. Everything I own is Apple.
Sure.
I feel like sometimes you hurt the ones you love the most, and that's why I'm just not sure this is necessarily the step in the right direction.
All right, so what are we giving it then?
I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5. Listen, I liked having the controls on it, but the design of the old Shuffle was so awesome.
It was good. It was very good.
I feel like they're just updating stuff just for the sake of updating stuff. I mean, you can get a small MP3 player for a lot cheaper if you just want a tiny MP3 player without proprietary headphones.
And I know you're worried about the proprietary headphones, but do you think in time we will see third parties releasing their own headphones?
Or whoever is going to. I'm sure they'll make their own. But again, like when you or at least if you're going to do that, put the controls on the V, like right where it meets in the middle, I guess. But other than that, it was okay. But I don't fully recommend it.
2.5 seals, Apple. There you go. That's it for Gadget.
Sorry, Steve Jobs.
Remember, he's fine. He's crying.
Sorry, Phil Schiller.
Giant pile of money.
Yeah.
Remember, for even more of the latest news on computers, games, and techs, check out g4tv.com/thefeedback.